Lighting is incredibly important in all forms of filmmaking, and I would love to see brickfilmers in particular step up their game in that area. So instead of just complaining about that, I'm going to give some advice to brickfilmers on how to improve their lighting game. Let's get into it. When you're lighting a shot, the number one thing you want to be thinking about is, what emotion am I trying to convey? The lighting you create for the shot will entirely depend on the answer to that question. Here are two very simple but extremely important tricks you can use to convey emotion in your film. And the first is, darkness is an incredible ally if used correctly. Go watch a movie that you think has great cinematography. I can almost guarantee you there will be plenty of darkness, whether that's through shadows or the use of nighttime filming. Advice that's given a lot to beginning filmmakers is to have 3 sources of light so you can fully fill out the set and the character. And I think this is helpful to a filmmaker in the very beginning of their career, but the problem is if you continue to follow that advice, you'll end up lighting every scene like you're filming a sitcom. Oftentimes just having 1 source of light will serve you better than having 3. It all depends on what emotion you're trying to convey. How much darkness you use in your shots will be up to you, of course. Feel free to experiment. But the one thing you want to always remember is to use the lights and the darks of your shot to bring the audience's focus immediately to the subject of the frame. That doesn't always mean your subject should have lights shining directly onto them. Sometimes having literally no light on them will help you notice them easier. But no matter what you choose to do with your lighting, you've got to make sure the audience isn't searching to find the subject. But how exactly does darkness influence the audience's emotions? If you want the audience to immediately feel happy or upbeat, you should use a lot of light. Everything should be bright and sunny. On the other hand, if you want the audience to feel sad or uneasy or lonely, you'll want to drape everything in shadows and darkness. A person alone in a dark room will immediately make you feel a sense of loneliness, whereas a person walking along in the park on a sunny afternoon will instantly make you feel comfortable or even happy. In both scenarios, the shot is of a singular person. The framing may even be very similar. The difference is all in the lighting. All that being said, your lighting toolbox is only half full without color is just as important, if not more so, than darkness in your lighting. There's a whole spectrum you can break down, so I'll only list some basic examples here. Red is linked to anger, blue is linked to sadness, yellow is linked to happiness, and the list goes on. Of course, this gets really interesting when you use non-primary colors or when you mix colors together to show more complicated emotions, or when you use a lack of color to show bleakness, but I can't get into all of that now. Going back to the example of the 2 men, if you like the shot of a man in the room alone with blue lights, that will instantly make the audience feel a sense of sadness. Likewise, if you like the scene of the men walking through the park with lots of yellows, the audience will immediately feel comfortable or even happy watching him. Obviously, I can't get into everything you can do with lighting in this video, but I hope this has given you some useful starting tips that can empower you to start improving your lighting game. I highly encourage you to search out other videos and articles on lighting and cinematography to help you continue to improve. The possibilities are only limited by your own imagination and creativity, so get to work.